What's up, y'all? We are back again with another video. This video is going to be about something that at some point we all feel. Sometimes it's in fact reality, but at the end of the day, as we grow, as we learn, as we find new interests, these things are going to happen. And what I'm referring to is the feeling of being 25 with no friends. Now, being 25 with no friends off the bat, sounds pretty, polarizing. Like, what do you mean you have no friends? When I say I have no friends, I mean I have no one that I can share these newfound interests, these newfound beliefs, these newfound ideologies with, because everyone that I had as a friend in the past, or friendships were built on things that, were superficial, whether it's, sports or being able to get together and smoke and watch music videos all day or even play Madden. As you get older and as you learn and, once you learn better, you have to do better. Some of these relationships get severed in the process. And so, I really feel like I'm in such an odd place because I feel like I'm like the odd one out, if that makes sense. The things that I'm interested in now versus the things that, my friend group is interested is like polar opposites. And so there's a lot of conversations that I would like to have that I can't have because they don't see it the same way or they don't have the same interests. A lot of the relationships I had were through sports. And, sports was one of those things where, it brought all kinds of people from different backgrounds together, for one common goal, which was winning. But now as you get older and time progresses, these goals change. And so now you don't want to just win, on a court or on a field, but you want to win in life. And for some reason, a lot of these friends that I'm referring to don't see it the same way. I have a friend that he's the epitome of like a woman. Like every time he calls me, it's about a new girl that he's met, at the bar or restaurant he went to, or just at work. And for me, as someone that is so focused on just being a better version of myself, focused on business, focused on, going deeper into finance, as I'm a finance major, just learning how to just be the best version of myself. Like, these conversations are now like appalling in a sense. Like, these are the same conversations we had in high school, but here we are still having these same conversations. And what I've also realized too is, as I've gotten older, I've started to realize how transactional a lot of these relationships are, and how people, barely reciprocate what it is that you're giving them. I'll give you guys a quick little story which happened recently, and it really bothered me because I would say that I'm someone that people can count on. If you ask me to be somewhere at a certain time, you can count on me to be there. If you call me at 2 a.m. in the morning and you have a flat tire, you can count on me to come and help you put the spare on. I've always been that person. My parents raised me with these values and these, just these values that just kind of like you gotta give what you receive. These are just basic concepts to me. But I have a small business here in Orlando, and it's a service-based business. And more often than not, I'll have high school friends reach out to me, asking if I can use an extra person, and more often than not I can, just based on just the time of year, high volume. We've been pretty busy. It's a moving company. And so I often, as a friend would say, yeah, of course, come and help out. I'll pay you when we're done, just how things, happen. And more often than not, with 3 of my friends that I've known since high school, they have either not shown up, or if they do show up, it's late. Like, when I say late, like late. The most recent incident that happened was a week ago with a job that I had in Melbourne. with a friend of mine. And I say friend of mine because, like I said, real friends reciprocate what it is that you do for them. And it's kind of like a one hand wash the other type of situation. And like I said, like as I'm getting older, it really feels as if more often than not, people just want you to wash their hands for them. They don't have any true intent of returning the favor. So I had a job in Melbourne. I woke up at 5 a.m. that day. I had to go and get 2 trucks. There's 2 movers that work with me that don't have a means of transportation, so I had to go and pick them up. It was supposed to be a 4-man crew. My friend that I'm referring to, being the 4th person on this 4-man crew, I started calling him, throughout the morning. Initially at, I believe 6 a.m. just to kind of say, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what's going on. Getting ready to go and handle this move in Melbourne. I must have called this guy, no bullshit, like 20 times. No response. So at this point, I have to do what I have to do, which is make sure that these customers are taken care of. So I started making phone calls with other movers that I have, ended up getting a mover to meet us there in Melbourne, which isn't something that I was worried about. The only reason that I even allow friends to work with me is because they're my friends, not necessarily because I need them to, right? And unfortunately enough, I have better experiences with people working together that are not my friends. They became, friends from us, working together, if that makes sense, but they weren't friends prior to, being added to the team. So as I said, I called this guy like 20 times, just hoping he'd pick up because, at 7 a.m. in the morning, there's so many different moving pieces, I just wouldn't want to add another moving piece. No answer, so I just started doing what I know I had to do, which was to find the next guy. We did that. And so then I received a call, not a call back, which is something that also made me upset because why would you text me after you've missed 20 phone calls, knowing that we've had a conversation about this the night before, right? So was a man enough to call me back. He sent me a text saying, oh, I overslept. My bad, bruh. And that's the problem. The bruh is the key part because in business, there is no bruh, right? So my bad, bro, I overslept. Now, oversleeping for me, right? Someone with like ambition and like want to do things and achieve things. Oversleeping to me is like 10 a.m. And at that point, I'm like really pushing it, right? I received this text from this dude at 1:30 p.m., right? 1:30 p.m. on a Thursday. You get what I'm saying? This is a weekday, right? A weekday. Now, what made me more upset than the fact that he missed this job when I was relying on him was the fact that he was still asleep at 1 p.m., right? Now, that's one incident. I've also had an incident where a friend of mine that I had put on a job, keeping in mind, I'm moving people off of these jobs that are trustworthy, that are reliable, that I know can get the job done just to, give a friend the chance to come and make some extra money, right? I had a situation where another friend was like, hey, yeah, man, I'd love to work. I let him know the job is at 8 a.m. We have to meet here. Everything that you possibly need, all the details. I received a text, I would say at 7:20. Keep in mind, the job is at 8 o'clock, right? Giving me limited time to move things around and make sure that this customer still gets taken care of. Now, more than that friend could believe, because they still reach out to me now, that incident severed our friendship in a way that I don't think is repairable. And for this reason is why I say I have no friends, because there's just certain principles, certain understanding that, at 18 or 17 or 16, which is where these friendships were initiated through sports, like these values are different now at 25 as grown men with like goals and trying to run a business. And like it's just different, right? And so it's one of those things where it's like, sometimes I feel as if for us people that struggle with the I have no friends situation, you might be better off in the sense that people fail to realize that you grow and you're supposed to grow over time. And some of the things that was cool, when we were 18, 19, 20 is not cool anymore when we're 25. And it's almost like whenever you verbalize that, it's like you're made out to be like the bad guy. You're made out to be the person that is changing, or now because of something that's happening in your life, you're acting different. Now, let me tell you guys, everyone that's watching, right? As you learn, as you progress in life, when you know better, you do better, right? You don't get access to new information and still do the things that you did before you had that information, right? If you have a belief in this and a new evidence comes up that makes that idea you had before null and void, like, you're supposed to assume your new position. You're not supposed to just hang on tight to these opinions that you have on how something is supposed to be or what it's supposed to look like. As you age, as you grow, you're supposed to change. What was acceptable at 18 is not acceptable at 25. And so the person that I'm referring to that woke up at 1:30 in the afternoon is older than I am, right? And he always has this sweet ass talk about entrepreneurship and owning multiple business and multiple streams of income, like this fucking Instagram bullshit. Not understanding that you have to still do the work. You get what I'm saying? How serious can you be about all these lists of things that you swear are so important to you, and you're waking up at 1:30 in the afternoon on a Thursday, middle of the week? Not only that, but you just abandon a friend that's always been there for you when you needed something. You get what I'm saying? If you can just comfortably not show up, not wake up, not be responsible enough to go to bed at the right time to make sure that someone that's relying on you, can actually rely on you, then what is this friendship based on? You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm 25 years old. I believe he's 27. For the other friend, I believe he's 26. And there's so many other examples that I can bring up of just things not being reciprocated, where I've gotten to the point where I'm okay being a loner. Like, I'm okay just having these goals that I'm like obsessed with, that I want to achieve. And if anyone doesn't understand that or see it the same way, just kind of pushing them to the side, because it's more stressful having to, put your own candle out just so someone can burn theirs. You get what I'm saying? Like, either we see it the same way or we don't. And so having no friends might not necessarily be a bad thing. It might work out better in the long run. And it won't always be that way. Like, as time progresses, as you have conversations with people, as you put yourself out there and you're in different rooms where people value these things that I'm talking about, you will gain friends that won't have to be told, hey man, like, I did that favor for you, you can't do it back for me. Like, you should never have to say, hey, like, you remember the time when you were shit out of luck and I came and did X, Y, and Z. Now I'm shit out of luck and you can't return the favor. Like, you should never have to say that. These are things that you should just automatically know to do, And so being a loner, being, someone that, sometimes I question, like, besides like my close family, of course, like I know for a fact, like, the people that I mentioned, like, if I called them in a dire emergency, I might as well just lay dead. But these are people that call you, would call you a friend. Like, how are we fucking friends? Like, honestly, how are we friends, And so just understanding, like, sometimes it's better to have no friends at all than to have friends that are, your relationship is just based on like circumstantial, like situations. Well, okay, if I do this for you, what will I receive in the end? Like, I've never approached doing something for someone with like, what am I gonna receive and when? You get what I'm saying? Like, if it's truly out of the greatness of your heart. And so, it's just one of those things where, with all the things that I want to do anyway, I don't have time to sit around and play Madden all day. I don't have the time to sit around and smoke and watch music videos. I don't have the time to go downtown and get drunk and try to pick up women. Like we're not at the age anymore where you can get away with that and still achieve the things that you claim that you want, right? And I say claim because, like I said, I mean, this guy talks about entrepreneurship, talks about multiple streams of income, like all the shit you fucking hear on Instagram. Like all this shit, and then fucking routinely sleeps in until 1:30 in the afternoon. Like they don't really go hand in hand. They don't go together, you know. And you know, since I'm a real friend, I've always approached the situation like, how the fuck can you imagine sleeping in until 1:30 p.m. and achieving anything that we talk about? You get what I'm saying? Like, if our friendship is gonna feel like I'm babysitting you, I don't want to be in this friendship. And so, you know, after just getting to the point of, you know, you're not reciprocating what it is that I'm doing for you, you're not, you know, being a man of your word, you're not, you know, being a real friend, like, I'm cool with having no friends, man. And so y'all comment, subscribe, like, tell me what you guys think about this video. I feel like there's something else that I wanted to touch on before I ended this video. Oh, what was it? I think I pretty much covered everything. So y'all comment, like, subscribe, share. Peace.